Alrighty. We might have an entertaining cat here shortly. Okay, we're gonna roll those shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Pull those abs up and in, add those elbows. Give me a little step out, bigger circles, nice and slow to start with. Swing them, swing over to one side and stretch up. Swing over to the other side and stretch up. And then we're gonna start our little bicep curl with a step touch. Good, and then in a moment, we're gonna take 2 steps to the left in 4, 3, 2, here we go. Let's add a little hamstring curl at the end. All right, now we're gonna stay right here, hamstrings only. Good. Try and scrape those feet and add a little tricep press at the back. Keep those shoulders out of your ears, collarbone open, shoulder blades pulled back. 4, 3, 2. We're going to turn that into a knee lift. We're going to turn that back into a hamstring curl. Back to your knee lift. 4, 3, 2, hamstring. 3, 2, knee lift. 3, 2, knee lift, hamstring. 4, 3, 2, knee lift. 2, 1 and 2, and then hamstring. 2, knee, knee, curl, curl, knee, knee, curl, curl. Last time, knee, knee, curl, curl. Now knee, curl. What? Knee, curl. We're going to add that little squeeze. And if you want to, when you come up for that hamstring curl, you can come up on those tippy toes only if you want. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, hamstrings. Knee lift. Now hamstrings 2, knee lift 2, hamstrings 2, knee lift 2. Now singles knee, oops, hamstring, sorry, go the other way, by the way. And again, when you come up for that hamstring, if you want to kind of lift up on that toe, that's fine. Come on, keep going, you guys. Come on, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Get it. 4, 3, 2, hamstrings only. Good, knee lift. And let's bring that into a bigger twist, arms up and over. Good, step touch only. And in a moment, we're going to go 2 steps to our right in 4, 3, 2, here we go. Add a hamstring curl at the end. Stay here, hamstrings only, press back, tricep extension. Thank you all for being here. It's a nice little crowd today. You just wanted that Easter trivia or to see me in ears and a tail. Good, knee lift. Hamstrings for 4. Knees for 4. Hamstrings 2. Knees 2. And just stay at 2s, I promise. Good, and now we're just step touching. Let that resolve for a moment. And then we'll go to that wide stance. We'll bend our knees. We'll come on down, shoulders roll up, back and down. We're gonna round through that cat, open through that cow. One more time, cat. One more time, cow. I want you to grab your band, hang out right before where the knot is. Come back down into your cat, cow. Keep your left hand or right hand in, and then just bring that up and out with your left hand, leading with the pinky. So you're gonna get a little bit of that posture work, but we're also getting a little bit of stretch here and a little bit of twist. So pinky leads the way. You should feel this right behind that left shoulder blade. Last two and last one, bring it up, shift it over. So you're holding right above your knot with your left hand. And then again, we're gonna lift with that right arm as we drop the left one in, rotate open and back down. Rotate open and back down. So we're getting some rotation in that waistline, getting still a little bit of stretch behind that left side and work behind the right. And relax, roll those shoulders up, back and down. Grab your chair. You're gonna take that band underneath your armpits and you're gonna hold on. You may end up holding part of the loop. It just depends on how long your band is. We're gonna do our tricep push-ups with the band. So already when I go into position, I feel a lot of tension, which is good because that's the top of my range of motion. And doing your best to hold on to that band. Please don't let it pop you in the face, by the way. But at the top of that range of motion, you should feel a little extra work. Abs drawn in, tailbone tucked under, spine is long and in line. And relax, you can bend those knees, let go of that band for a second. Roll in your cat, inhale in your cow, shoulders back and down, big deep breath in. Exhale, bring it down. All right, so now go ahead and flip that chair around. You're gonna start, you're gonna take that loop up to mid-thigh for this first round. And the flatter it is, the less annoying it is to your legs. If this tail starts bugging you, just take it and you can just kind of tuck it around the band so it's out of your way. Okay. We're going to come into a V with those legs, abs in, tailbone long. We're going to come up. We're going to bend the knees so we're pressing out against that band. Don't let it win and drop your knees in. And then we're coming down and we're pushing open, open, open. So we're up on the tippy toes, get a little more action in those quads. We're tailbone, make sure it's not sticking out behind you, it's tucked under, right? You are welcome, by the way, to be this way if you prefer, right? Holding on to that chair. Totally up to you guys. And this is where the single band might feel a little easy, but we're going to do 10,000 of these, so it's okay, right? Keep that going. 3 more. Good. Now come up. That should release some pressure. Sit back down. Press those legs open. Come up. Sit. Press open. When you come up, make sure you're not collapsing your knees in. When you come down, you're pressing them open as much as you can. And again, we're up on those toes, but if you want to, you can add on, so the heels come down, the legs open, and then then you lift those heels, right? So you make it a little more of lift and lower, not just stay up. Totally up to you. Don't forget to press out before you come up. 2 more. And relax. All right, so now we're going to move that band down to our ankles or right above them. And that should get a little more challenging, but that band, again, might get in your way. So go ahead and just kind of put it around a little bit. Okay. Right knee is going to bend. We're going to stay here with that right knee, hand on that chair. We're going to start with that left leg, turn it in. Really important that you get it straight. Don't let the knee bend, or otherwise you're going to feel this elsewhere. And we lift, and we lift, and we lift. Uh-oh, my knot might be coming out. And lift, and lift. Chest up, eyes on the horizon, nice and tall. Is your right knee still bent, so it's getting some action? 3, 2, and 1. Take that leg to maybe 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock, wherever your clock is, and we lift it up and back on that angle, on that angle. Abs in, spine tall. I hope you're feeling these. I am. Good. And then that leg is straight behind you. Make sure you're bending in that right leg. And then we extend. And again, if you want to add some arms with this one, you can. But that right knee is going to stay bent for now. Left leg going straight up behind you so that you feel it in your glutes and your low back. Just a little bit, working that low back. If that knee bends, we're going to change where we're working it, and we don't want to do that. So, and this leg should not be all that comfy by now. Last 2 and last 1. Woo, stand that up. If you use that chair for balance, bring it to the other side. And we're going to start by bending that left knee. Notice if that left hip caved over to the left, try and bring it underneath you. And then we straighten out the right leg, turn the toe in, and we lift. And now we're going to that angle, right? Not to the side, not to the back, halfway between. Make sure that leg is straight, and we lift. Keep that left knee bent for me, please. Beautiful. And then we step back. You might be able to step a little wider. Bend that left knee. That back leg lifts. You can add that arm movement if you want. Just a couple more here. And bring it down. All right. Now I want you to step on the band with your left foot and take it across your right arch. Right? So you've stepped on it with your left foot and it's across the bottom of your right foot. Bend that left knee, bend the right knee, and press it straight back. And you should feel this right away, hamstrings and glutes. Make sure you're not sticking that booty out. So maybe even shove that, take that hand and shove that hip forward. So again, a lot of hamstring here, some glute, a little bit of low back. Now straighten that leg and you're going to move your chair so you can lean forward a little bit. You're going to point the toe and you're going to lift it as far as you can. Now, my band isn't going to allow me to go very far. That's fine. Left knee stays bent, right toes point and reach. You could even lower your torso to get a little more in that low back action. And then we'll bring that up. Woo. We're going to take a quick break, right leg across the left. Stick that tailbone up in the air, round it under, stick it out again. And then as you come up, cross the right over the left, and arms go up and over to the left. And then we're going to switch sides. So once again, this time we're going to step on the loop with your right foot. So it goes across the bottom of the right foot, stand on it, and then take the left foot down through that loop. All right, bend that right knee, flex through that left heel, abs in, and push straight back. So this is the one where you probably feel this in your hamstring, start to feel it in your glute, I hope. Good, now point the toe, put the foot on the ground, lean a little farther forward, and we point and lift. Keep going. And relax, shake that off. Left leg over right, tailbone out long. And then round it under and stick it out again. Bring it up, left leg over right, up and over. All right, very nice. Okay, we're coming back to that set of tricep push-ups that we did earlier. If you found the band totally annoying and not helpful, then ignore it. If you found that that did add a little degree of difficulty, then again, put it around your shoulders. And remember, you're going to be starting at the top of the range of motion, so you probably want that band to be really tight before you even start, right? So when you come up, and then when you bend those elbows backwards, it actually gets a little easier. And relax. Woo, shake that out. All right. Bring that loop into your left hand and step on that band with your right. We're going to start nice and easy. You can do whatever you want with that left leg. This should be a bicep curl. If it feels loose, then just make sure you have a longer tail underneath your right foot, right? If that makes sense. And your bicep curl can be straight ahead, can be off to the side. And then you're going to step out with that left leg, bend that right knee. And all we're doing is lifting the leg when we lift the arm. So bicep curl, lateral lift. And we're trying not to put much weight on it when we bring it down. We should feel this mostly in that right leg, that stabilizer. 2 more. And then I want to challenge you to stay in this leg, lift this one, bring your bicep halfway up and pulse, pulse, pulse. So stability in that right leg, pulsing with that left hand. And relax. And we'll switch it up. Notice where you had your foot and try and do the same. So you might need a longer tail than you think. And then just start your bicep curl before anything else, choosing whether you want to come forward or off to the side or alternate. And then when you're ready, you add that leg lift with it. And then you just tap those toes down. Staying bent in that left knee, so that left quad is getting some action. Good, and now we'll bend, lift, hover halfway, pulse, pulse. Very nice, and relax. All right, bring that band into your left hand. Palm is facing the back this time. And again, we're going to step on it with that right leg. And we're going to step way far back with that left leg. We're going to start easy, just a rowing motion. So this might be a little easy. As always, you can just make that tail a little bit longer. Make sure as you do this that you keep that shoulder back. So let's really focus on that. You can add a little bit of rotation as you open up. So my shoulder is opening as I go. It's as if I'm digging in the ground and then opening it up and turning my spade to you. My garden hoe, whatever. That doesn't sound right. Last two. Last one, leave that arm back there. Make sure your palm is facing you. Ooh, tricep extension, hold it. It should be really, really tight. Bend it an inch and press straight, straight. Make sure that shoulder doesn't roll forward, straight. So we're gonna work that deltoid and that tricep at the same time. And come up. Woo, I hope you felt those. Let's use this band to get a stretch. So bring it behind you, grab it, and then use it. So if you can see, I'm pulling down to increase the stretch in that left arm. So I'm using that band to give myself a stretch. It's okay if your ribs pop up for this one. And then relax. We get to do that on the other side. So long tail, step on it with your left foot, back with your right, and we start with that rowing motion, being really conscientious that our shoulder is going to stay back. So we're working those posture muscles. Spine is long, neck is long, maybe give that chin a little tuck to nod yes. Good, just a few more. Very nice. Now leave that elbow by your side, pinky is facing, shoulder back, straighten the arm, feel that tricep engage, and then you press and press and press and press. And relax. And again, we'll use the band to help us stretch that out by grabbing hold, bending that right elbow, and then pull with the left arm. So I'm getting that stretch passively, right? My arm can completely relax as I pull with the opposite arm to get a nice stretch here. Whew, and then relax that. And we're going to bring that under our armpits again. Not a tricep press this time, however. Okay. Just a nice wide plie stance, bend into it. Arms are just coming straight ahead. So a little bit of chest work, elbows, keep them nice and high. If you want a little extra work, you could go upwards. If you want a little more work in your lower body, lift those heels so those quads are a little more engaged. Whoops, and it challenges that balance a tad more. So again, straight ahead, or for more challenge, up and over. And heels lifted for that extra quad work. They might be shaking by now. Can you go an inch lower and make them shake a little more, tailbone under? And release. Band behind you, use the band to stretch the chest by lifting those arms, right? So we lift up, get a nice stretch here. Again, ribs okay to pop. And shake that out. We're gonna head down. You will not need your chair anymore. Come on down and bring your band with you. And once again, we're going to take that loop that we created to bring up over our thighs. So above the knees, maybe not too far above the knees for a little extra challenge, but not so close in a minute if you feel it hurting your knees. And then you're going to lie down on your side. As always, waistline is lifted. And we're just going to lift that leg as a unit, right? We're going to leave it up so that there's always tension on the band, right? So this is a little loose for me, so I'm not going to come down. I'm going to come from here and go up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Keep tension on that band the whole time. Now, again, we have that single loop, and it might not feel like much, but as we move on, I think it might. Good. Two more. Now feet together and we pivot open. Again, might not feel like much at first. Keep the waistline lifted. Now leave the feet or leave the knees apart, lift the feet in the air and press open. And this should be that last little, ooh, ouchie mama. And relax. Stay where you are. Take the top leg, straighten it so it's at about a 45-degree angle with your body. Open it up so that you have tension on the band. Waistline is lifted. Turn the toe down and press up. And relax. Woo, give that hip some love. And then all you're going to do is slide that band down so it's across your bottom ankle. Okay? And then take your top foot and put it up against the arch. So can you guys see that? I hope so. Then you're going to straighten that bottom arm and you're going to lie back down. Sorry, you're going to straighten that bottom leg, but you're going to bring it slightly ahead. Back leg, pull it, or top leg, pull it behind you. Make sure you have tension. And then you're going to hamstring curl it. Hamstring curl. So I'm trying to keep my hips even. I'm trying to keep my leg even. So my heel is coming right behind my hip. That's why you probably can't see it. Hamstring curl should be pretty intense. And relax. Oh, okay. All right, as we pivot to the other side, you're going to slide that band back up above your knees, please. And we roll over, bending those knees. Waistline is off the ground, arm is on your ear. We start with the leg open, and then from there, we lift a little higher and keep lifting. We're going to keep that foot flexed. We're going to keep that tension. And then we'll put the feet together and we'll pivot open. So press open and open and open. And then all we're going to do is lift those heels in the air and continue that pushing open. And good. Bring that down. Bring that top leg out. So it's about 45 degrees. Turn the toe down. Press the heel up and up. And relax. And then this is where we slide that down onto our ankles of the bottom foot. And then the top foot, we press through. Bottom foot is slightly ahead on your mat. Back leg bent, and then a hamstring curl. I'm trying to keep my knee in line with my hip and my heel in line with that. Almost there. And relax. Just stay there for a couple breaths, take a moment, annoy your hip. All right, and then all you're going to do is keep that bottom ankle with the band, top leg, it's around my foot, bottom knee can be bent, top leg straight forward, get that leg stick straight so you feel your quad. Keep it in front of you. Now give me a kick, kick, kick. So it should be quad and a little bit of hip flexor. and relax. We didn't do that on the other side, so while you pivot over, slide that band across the ankle of the new bottom leg, and then across the arch of the new top leg. Find that waistline. Bring that leg out in front of you till you feel that quad, and then from there, a little kick, a little kick. And relax. Woo, all right. We're spinning over onto our spine, please. Bring that band now up above your thighs one more time. And then I want you to walk your feet apart so you have, decent amount of tension on that band. But notice if the knees are farther in than the feet, and I want you to press the knees open until they are even with the feet or even a little wider. Deep breath in, exhale, neutral spine with those hips, bridge position, and now press out from there. Press out. Maybe hover those hands, back of the neck is long. Don't let the band win so that it pushes you in. Always just pressing out, pressing out. Now we're going to add on just a little bit. I want you to press out, lift the hips an inch. Press out, lift the hips an inch. And then make that a fluid motion, out and up, out and up, out and up, out and up. Press and lift, press and lift, press and lift. This should be pretty good on those glutes and that outer hip area. 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Keep the band where it is. Straighten your right leg in the air, lift up, and now with your hands down, push out, push out. Maybe flex through that foot, point the toe, totally up to you. Try not to let the left leg move. Mine wants to move, do your best. And then bring the right foot down, same thing, left leg extends and we press out and press out. Try and keep the right one stable as possible. That's hard, I know. And relax. Woo, yay. Okay, slide that band down to your ankles. Let's find those abs in. Lift those legs tabletop. Press out on the band just so you have a little bit of tension on the band for toe touch, which could be toe touch, or it can be heel flex. And at the very bottom, if you want, you can press out a little with those ankles. If this hurts your knees, take the band off completely and just go to regular toe touch. If you want more intensity, straighten the legs, bring those legs apart slightly, those ankles apart, come down, press out, and come up. And that band might make your feet want to wobble, so try to be stronger than that, right? And just keep that going a few more times. Good. And then come down and take that band off. Put the band around the bottom of your left foot, the loop around the bottom of the left foot and the left arm. Right knee is bent. We're going to start nicely with just leg circles. Right? So I'm going to use my arm to help guide that left leg. Doing my best not to wobble too much. Reverse your circles. Let's do 4 in the other direction. And now we're going to reverse the circle every time, but if you want, and if you can, straighten out the right leg, flex through the heel of the right leg, and start your circle with an inhale, finish with an exhale. Beautiful. Leave everything where it is, except I want you to bend your right knee. Right hand reaches, deep breath in. On the exhale, I want you to use that left leg to help lift yourself up. So it's what I tell you guys not to always do, seesaw. But we're going to use this seesaw for a minute, right? So we're gonna roll up and down, using that leg to help us lift up and down, but you should really be able to use those abs at the same time. When you get to the top, if you've been kind of curled and flexed all the way up, I want you to think about going into extension by pulling the arm a little closer to you to bring the leg up and then squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then we're going to relax. We're going to bend that left knee, put the foot on the ground, and we're going to lasso the right foot and grab the band with the right hand. And we'll start those leg circles on this side. So again, I'm using my right arm to create those circles. You can do 4 in one direction and 4 in the other, or you can reverse. When you feel ready, straighten out that left leg, flex through the heel if that's in your wheelhouse. Beautiful. And then we're going to leave everything where it is. We're going to bend the left knee, and we're going to use that right leg to help lift us up, squeeze at the top, and roll back down. Nice. Last one. Bring that right knee in and just hug both knees in for a quick second. And then we'll take a little quick hip flexor stretch. So feet go wide, left knee drops in, right leg drops open. Feel that nice stretch on the front of the left thigh and hip flexor. And then move it on back through center, drop the right knee in, left knee open. And then one more time each way. Beautiful. All right, let's take that band, just single across your ankles, and then just grab right around the outside edges, rolling like a ball. And keep that going for me. I have to take this annoyance off. Keep it going for me, please. Couple more rolls. You're gonna roll till I can get the tail off. Help, Nutmeg. All right, come up seated position. Whew, there we go. All right, knees are bent, feet are flat on the ground. All right, hands just shoulder width apart, back and down, hinge back, press down on that band, and just give me rotations, keeping that pressure on that band. So you're keeping tension on the band the whole time. Keep it going. And then next time you're even, put that loop over both feet. Stretch those feet out, pull those glutes out from under you. Take that right arm, elbow a little higher than your wrist, shoulder back and down. And we're going to sit tall, but at the same time, giving a little rowing action here, right? Elbow higher. If you can straighten those legs, that's fine. If that causes your low back to round, then stay with the bent knee. 2 more, and then we're going the other way. And again, elbow high. Very nice. Go ahead and scoop that off your feet. We're going to do a nice slump, a little ragdoll stretch here. So hinge forward, slide your hands forward, and let everything drop Nod your head yes and shake it no. And then sit up, and we're going to try one last thing here. So lasso your left foot again, and then your left hand is holding on, right knee is bent, and then we lift up. This looks familiar. But a minute ago, we did this, leg and arm came together. We're going to do the opposite. So I'm going to have a long tail because I'm going to lower my leg and my arm, and then I'm going to lift them both up, half teaser. So both down, and then both up. And you can do however you want with your hand. If the bicep was easier, you're welcome to do that. But again, both ends of the body come down and both ends of the body go up. And then switch your feet, switch your hand, left knee bent, arm and leg down, and then arm and leg up, arm and leg down, and then arm and leg up. You're going to do 2 more, and then land on your back. Woo! We are going to lasso our right foot, and then hold on to that band with the right hand, left knee is bent, shoulder, lift and lower it, right, a couple times so that you feel that shoulder lift and then retract, lift and retract, leave it there, bend the elbow, bring that leg down, let the elbow rest on the ground. So now my leg is hanging in space, giving me a beautiful inner thigh stretch. Maybe let that left leg drop open to the left so you have a V in your legs. And then use your left hand to help bring that back through center. You're going to grab on each side of that loop. You're going to straighten out your left leg, and you're going to bend your right knee in and tighten up even a little bit more on your grip. So now your right knee is coming in towards your chest, your left heel is flexed to the sky, and we're going to push it up even more. And then we're going to point the toes. We're going to pull the toes back, ball the foot back, heel up. We're going to go through that range of motion a couple times, flexing, pointing. Good. And then we're going to bring the strap into our left hand, and we're going to let the left elbow rest on the ground so that the right leg hangs in space. Big outer hip, outer thigh stretch. And then as we come back through center, again, I'm using my hand and the band to do most of the work. Let's cross that right ankle over the left thigh, maybe a little closer to your groin than usual. So it's not just a figure 4, it's almost like a half lotus, just for the heck of it. Then bend that left knee, reach around, thread your needle. If that's too much on that right knee, move it away a little bit or open up the angle. And then left leg comes up with no band. We do those same movements. And then finally, we'll bend both knees. We'll crisscross right over left. Give it a big hug in, over to the left, and then arms into a T, knees drop left. Mosey on back through center. Lasso your left foot, please. And we'll bring that into our left hand. Right knee is bent. We're going to slowly drop that left elbow onto the ground. Oh, sorry, wait. Lift and lower that shoulder for me a couple times. Retract, retract, let it lift, retract, let it lift, retract, leave it down. Now drop it over. Feel that inner thigh stretch, right leg drops open. Reach over with your right hand, bring everything back to center, choke up on that. Straighten out that right leg if you want, bend that left knee, choke up even more on your strap, and then flex through that heel, point the ball of the foot and the toe up, and then pull the toe back, ball of the foot back, heel goes up, ball of the foot and toe, toe, ball of the foot and heel. And then now that band is in our right hand, and we'll let that drop over and hang over to the left, to the right side, left leg getting that nice outer hip stretch. And then as we pull that back to center, we're going to see if we feel like it, maybe that heel goes a little closer to the groin than usual. And then we drag that right heel in, you reach around, thread your needle, move that left foot if you need to, or that left leg, and then straighten the right, point and flex, just like we did before, but without the band. Bend it, crisscross, grab that right shin, and arms into a T, drop right, please. Straighten everything out. Arms reach up overhead, deep breath in. On the exhale, roll it up a vertebra at a time if that's a roll up, if you do roll ups. Otherwise, just meet me on your hands and knees, however you want to get there. And we'll exhale through a cat and inhale through a bunny. Exhale, cat. Inhale, bunny. And then from that bunny position, tuck your toes, hover your knees for a moment, and then press back down dog. You are welcome to pedal out those feet, walk your hands back, and eventually meet me in a nice little squatty position. Exhale, cat. Inhale, bunny. Big deep breath in. All right, thank you guys very much. If I don't see you before, then happy Easter.